Can everybody who's in the film, you guys want to come up and join me in my class? And also, Cameron Cardwell and Brendan Reed, my editor, and my DP is here. If you guys want to come up. And I can't, I'll try to see. Do you guys have any questions? Anyone? Yes.
Dealing with families?
The question was, what were some challenges in terms of dealing with the families and getting them to, it really, honestly, it wasn't that much of a challenge. I was surprised at how readily available people were to talk. I think that, I think you see it most at play with Chuck's folks. There's some difficult issues going on, and I tried just to go talk to them, and I didn't have an agenda, so I think that was helpful. And I think that, and I think that's the same with my crew, like the people that went with me to shoot. It was just a very, I guess, relaxed kind of feel, so that was helpful, I think. But it shocks me, and I'm so grateful to all these people. I'm so grateful, but it shocks me that people want to be in a documentary. Like, I wouldn't do it. But I'm really, really grateful. But people want to share their story if they feel like they have, an important story to tell. What else? Anything?
Anybody else? Another question?
If you do anything differently, if you rewind and go back, what would you do differently?
Oh, what would I do differently?
Or nothing at all?
If I could go back in time. There's really, honestly, there's one story. I don't think she's here today. But there's a woman who came from a strictly religious background, and I couldn't talk to her family. And it just doesn't work unless you have some context. We discovered through the editing. I think I would have pushed a little harder to try to get to talk to our family. I think I would have failed, but I may have pushed a little harder. Yeah. Does anybody have any questions for any of these guys?
Is Susan here? I was wondering what was it like when she went to work the next day?
Oh, Bert, do you want to answer that question? Bert?
She's actually a professor.
He's a liar.
She's not a secretary of church.
But it was too funny for Steve.
So I think she was probably everything was fine with her. Yeah. They probably didn't talk about it, but.
Yes. Did you happen to record one night entirely, or several nights in its entirety of the production?
Yeah, we did. We recorded, I think, opening night and closing night in its entirety. And then we did an actual special performance with just the cast and no audience, so that my crew, Cameron, where are you? There's my DP, Cameron Carwell, did just a great job. So that the crew, and David Smith was down there in the front row, he was our sound guy, could move in and out of the cast. So that's like when we were able to get more of the close-up shots and things like that during performance. That stuff pieced together from the audience-less performance. Yes.
Chuck, where's your salon?
I quit doing hair.
And that's why my hair looks like this now.
Yes. No, I don't think so. When I first started, it really was just, I had seen Billy Ray show We Three Queens a couple of years ago. Did anybody see that? Yeah. And I went to see it, having no clue what it was going to be, and I was really shocked at how irreverent it was and how Billy Ray really has no regard for the rules of theater. And that he basically just puts whatever the hell he wants to put up on stage, and I sort of admire that. And I actually came from a theater background and an acting background. So when I started following them, I didn't really have an agenda, and I didn't know that it was going to be to sort of deal with these issues that it does deal with. I think it became, once sort of Chuck's story became more clear, I think the first time I really knew that there was something maybe a little richer going on, you know that interview with the three Skanks sitting down, Chuck's a construction worker, that one, I sort of started to get a sense that there was something kind of more compelling going on. And then honestly, my editor, Brendan Reed, who was brilliant, we had about 140 hours of footage. Brendan really, I mean, we just, from 140 hours to an hour and 20 minutes, so we really shaped it. And the story emerged as we were telling it. And so then we had to go back and pick up some stuff. Like, Juan became more of a player in the story, so we went to talk to his parents. And Joel Busby, who's the minister at Mountain Community Church, who was so sweet and so generous. And I needed to have like a compassionate Christian voice in the film. And he, so we had to go back and get him. And like that sort of emerged as we were making it. So yeah, I would say it really came together when we were editing it. Yes?
Have you been screening the film in other locations? Have you been able to get any response, or have you had the opportunity to hear any response about, oh wow, I didn't know that Alabama would have such progressive...
Yes. Yeah, I mean, completely. Like it's funny, we had a screening in Columbia, South Carolina, and I mean, those people, as you can imagine, they just loved it. They totally related to it, especially the football stuff. It sent them around the world. But in New York, I think, like both in New York and in Utah, at Slam Dance, I think there is a perception that this kind of thing doesn't happen here, when in fact it's actually not that uncommon, and yeah, so I think definitely like people are surprised. Yeah, which is good. Cool, I think that's it. That's all the time we got.
There's some light here.
Oh, please, you guys, if you like the movie, it's on iTunes. You can download it, like it on Facebook, and just keep in touch. Yes, I'm sorry. Oh, and I can answer any more questions in the lobby, too, if you want to talk to me. Thank you so much.